Alright friends, we all know that every once in a while we hear about a celebrity saying or doing something not very warmly received by the public. Whether it's controversial comments regarding social justice, politics, gender equality, or just coming off as a terrible person, fans are quick to hold celebrities accountable in this day and age. Most recently, cancel culture has taken over society by storm. With social media, celebrities are often more exposed now than ever before. So it's no surprise that 2020 presented some shocking info from our favorite celebs that led to them being canceled. And today, we'll be discussing some prime examples. Before we dive in, go ahead and click subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you'll never miss out on our future videos. And give this video a thumbs up if in 2020, your favorite celebrity was shockingly canceled. Here we go! So we're gonna begin with Vanessa Hudgens. The celebrity, known initially for her role in the High School Musical movies, and later on for her music and other acting roles, Vanessa Hudgens was definitely a beloved star. But 2020 brought out some unsavory aspects of the actress and singer. Well, we can all agree that the global pandemic has been tough on the world as a whole, but it's important to be sensitive about how different people are dealing with it in different ways, based on their different backgrounds. Hudgens took to social media to vent about her frustrations regarding the safety precautions put in place. When asked about how she feels regarding the lives that would be lost, she said, "It's terrible, but inevitable?"
People are gonna die. It's just terrible, but inevitable?
That comment didn't sit quite right with millions of fans as they took to Twitter and Instagram to call her out on her remarks. Well, instead of apologizing, she told the public that her comments were taken out of context, which of course still didn't sit right with anyone.
No! God, please, no! No!
A little down the road, she posted a public apology for her insensitive comments, but many fans had already made up their minds that Vanessa Hudgens was indeed canceled. So, in the vein of problematic remarks, let's talk about Jimmy Fallon. The talk show host has millions of fans and followers, which is why his behavior that led him to being canceled hit people so hard. Well, in the early 2000s, Fallon was a contributor to SNL. And, as we know, SNL features tons of hilarious comedy sketches. But there was one in particular that was extremely problematic, and when it resurfaced, it definitely had fans wondering about the comedian's headspace. Fallon did an impression of Chris Rock, who is of course also a fellow comedian, but the way in which he performed the impersonation was obviously not cool for many reasons, mostly considering the obvious race discrepancy between the two and how that relates in a historical context. Well, the hashtag JimmyFallonIsOverParty was trending, and this led to Fallon's public apology expressing his utmost embarrassment at his actions. He thanks fans for holding him accountable and says that it was a terrible decision and that there was no excuse for his, quote, unquestionably offensive decision. Friends, let's talk about Ellen DeGeneres. We don't know about you, but we were pretty shocked to learn about some new information that emerged in 2020 about the beloved comedian. We know her to be the jolly, happy-go-lucky talk show host who sports sharp, witty humor and adorable guests including children and pets. So it was very surprising to learn that over the years that Ellen DeGeneres has been in the business, she's actually been creating a super toxic environment for staff and others working on her show. And people have called her out, saying she's a super mean person. It seems that COVID-19 has exposed more than just one celebrity. During the pandemic, Ellen apparently has not only been treating her employees unfairly as it pertains to treatment, wage gaps, and beyond, but Warner Media even internally investigated her work ethic. People who had met her in the past released public testimony that when they were in her presence, they were ordered many things. Jeez. And when so much of this gets published in Variety, a publication central to the entertainment industry, well, you had best believe it was an immediate cancel for the talk show host and comedian. Tell us, were you shocked that this normally joyful celebrity turned out to be not so joyful behind the scenes? Definitely let us know in the comments. Okay, so the show Outer Banks has only released one season, but fans are head over heels for John B. the leading heartthrob on the show. However, actor Chase Stokes has gotten himself into quite a pickle with his social media posts. Since the actor's rise to stardom, a few of his old tweets have resurfaced, as old tweets often do, that are disrespectful toward multiple groups of people. And fans were quick to wag their fingers and cancel the Outer Banks star. He apologized, saying that he is flawed, and wrote out all his thoughts on the matter in a long note. But friends, what happened next was sus, and only added fuel to the fire. The actor then claimed that his Twitter account had been hacked previously, and that those insensitive tweets weren't actually his. Then why did he apologize in the first place? The whole thing was super fishy, and fans were definitely not buying the follow-up. The timing seemed a little suspicious. Moving on to a little bit of the music industry. Another celebrity who was canceled in 2020, Doja Cat. While the pop star is known for pushing boundaries on song titles and topics, a not-so-appropriate song title of hers resurfaced, which had fans riled up and frustrated with the artist's decisions. When stars have that much influence over young people, they definitely have to be careful about their previous decisions coming back to haunt them. But you had best believe fans are out here not playing around and will call out whomever, whenever. Additionally, running with the theme of celebrities downplaying COVID-19, I mean, what is up with that trend?
Y'all are so scared of some damn corona.
Doja Cat herself contracted the virus after being accused of being extremely glib about the severity of the situation. She said, "Honestly, I don't know how this happens." Well, I'm sure fans would love to tell Doja that this happens when one ignores the widespread CDC and WHO guidelines in place. Luckily, we're glad she recovered fully, but not before losing many fans who were so not on board with her comments. In keeping with the topic of singers, let's discuss Lea Michele, shall we? The Glee star and Broadway star found herself amidst a huge controversy that led to her being canceled earlier this year. After posting in support of Black Lives Matter and justice for George Floyd, she was met with co-star Samantha Marie's rebuttal, which described Lea Michele's treatment of her on set a living hell. She described that Lea Michele had said some awful things and demonstrated some other microaggressions behind the scenes of the hit series that led Samantha Marie to question even pursuing a career in Hollywood. Yikes, friends. Not only is bullying never okay, but on top of that, in the wake of support for a movement that centers around the Black community, treating people of the community so poorly, that's a big no-no, and fans were quick to call out Lea Michele. It's also just never okay to treat anyone poorly. Other cast members jumped in to support Samantha Marie, also citing their own anecdotes on how vapid Lea Michele was on set of Glee. The star issued a written apology and blamed the events on immaturity. Well, there was written evidence through those tweets, and Lea Michele herself couldn't deny the allegations at that point. Harry Potter fans have had to work through some complicated feelings this year. J.K. Rowling was indeed canceled this year, not only by fans, but even cast members in the films portraying her books. The author was called out for multiple reasons, for making transphobic comments and defining women in a very limited way that glossed over the entire trans community. What's worse is that she actually took to social media defending her words and sidestepping accountability, expressing that she herself is a member of the LGBTQ community. Regardless of the situation, many Harry Potter communities and websites have severed ties with the author until she rectifies her ways and actually issues an acceptable apology. Well, it's been quite a year for cancel culture, and these are just a few big names that have been canceled in 2020. What other celebrities do you know of who were canceled this year? Leave us a comment below. As usual, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell as we bring you more juicy info, gossip, and speculation about the shows and stars you know and love. Until next time!